Hello! So as you know, I like to watch a lot of films. I do film reviews every so often, which means every so often I will find myself inside a cinema. And for me, the overall experience of the cinema is almost as important as the film itself. You know, I want to go in and I want to be immersed in sensory sensation. I want to see things, I want to hear things and feel things and smell things, and I want all my senses to be immersed in the experience of the going to the cinema rather than just a functionable thing where you go to watch a film. And where I used to live, I actually did have that. The whole experience from entering in the cinema was a joy for me. From the moment you go in, there's bright colours, there's music playing, and there's like comfy seats where you can wait for your friends, and then there was another little area where you had like chairs and stuff, and they had another big screen showing like adverts and trailers where you could wait for people, for the cinema to be clean so you could go in if you're a little bit early. I did that a couple of times, and the entire experience of being there is really important to me. Where I used to go, where I used to live, there were a couple of really new cinemas. Where I used to live in Camberley, that was a fairly new cinema, and then down the road from that was a place called Farnborough, and that was an even newer cinema. And you'd go in and you just felt, you know, this is the whole thing was shiny and sparkly, and it just hit you that this is an experience. There was also Cineworld in Aldershot near to where I lived. That was a fairly new one, and that was quite a nice experience as well. But I didn't tend to go to that one so much because it was a little bit more expensive. The Vue in Farnborough has a permanent offer on of cheap cinema tickets, and the one in Camberley was local to where I used to live, and on the Super Monday that was really ideal because I knew where all the free parking was there because I'd lived there for so long. So and Super Monday used to be cheaper than it is now, so it works out really well for me, and it was just a nice experience. Plus the whole surrounding area was all nice, and it was all done up to be the experience of going to cinema. So before you even get to the film, you know, you're enjoying it, you're having fun, you're immersed in this world of cinema, of film and movie. And then you go in, and then they've got really nice new modern comfortable seats, and they've got the armrests that go up and down, and which is really important because say you're with someone and you want to like get close to them, and you don't want an armrest, you know, between you want to move it up so you can cuddle up with them or whatever. Or if you're in the case of me going with Nadine, so she can attack you while watching a horror film because for some reason she loves seeing horror films and it scares the crap out of her, so she would have to attack you. I don't know why. Anyway, I don't know when she'll be in another video because I'm not over 100 miles away, but if you're an old time viewer to my channel, you'll know who I'm talking about. But just, yeah, the whole thing, just to be there, the experience. And I think Vue do understand this because obviously they do it in their new cinemas. But yesterday I had the misfortune of going to Exeter Cinema, and you know, it's fine. You know, it's obviously a little bit old. You can see places it's worn out. It needs a good refurbishment. It's functionable. It has a door you can go through. You know, it's got disabled access. That's fine. It has a place to queue up. That's fine. It has a place to buy your ticket. That's fine. And then, you know, it has grotty toilets. And then it has the cinema. The screens aren't the biggest in the world, but that, you know, that's size restraint. And like when I used to go to Camberley and Farnborough, the Camberley screens were noticeably bigger than the Farnborough screens. But you know, so I can't really fault them on that. They're limited on the space they have. And I had a look at some reviews on Google just before making this video, and some people were saying, oh, they really liked it, you know, it's a really good cinema, it's, you know, it's modern. I'm thinking, it's not modern. It really is not modern. Compared to some of their others, this is old. It looks old, it feels old. There's a bird outside whistling. Alright, I'm just going to work through it. I don't know if you can hear the bird, but it's really distracting. you know, so the armrests don't go up, and you're probably thinking, well, so what? The armrests don't go up. And if I'd never experienced the place where the armrests go up, then I would think, so what? It doesn't matter. Who cares? It's not important. But it's little things like that that when you experience it the other way, you experience, you know, that, then you go to a place where it's like, oh, the armrests don't move. It's just a tiny little thing that, you know, and I don't recall hearing any music playing when I bought the ticket. There's no real place to wait for your friends. I noticed there wasn't table and chairs in the corner. They just looked like really basic. You know, there weren't anything comfy. There weren't nice sofas you can lounge on while you're waiting for your friends or whatever. It's just, they were functionable. Everything about it was functionable. And I found that a lot of cinemas went through a phase where they were just functionable. Like the really old cinemas, really old ones, understood that it was all an experience, and then they kind of forgot that, and they just built these places which were functionable. They get you through the door, you buy the ticket, you go and watch the film, and then they kick you out so the next lot can come in. And it's sort of like a conveyor belt, and that's what I felt with Exeter. And people, I noticed one person, it's the best cinema in Exeter, and I noticed there was an Odeon around the corner. I didn't look in, so I can't comment, but from that, looking at it out the front, I was like, whoa, that just, no, that does not look good. But as I said, I didn't go in, it could be luxury inside, I don't know. But I want the whole experience. I want every tiny little detail to be just right. I don't want to be like thinking, oh, you know, the floors are worn out, you know, they need tiles replacing, or the fascias in front of where you buy the tickets is wearing out, and you can see the bare wood under the paint. And then coming out the cinema afterwards, it's like, what was that all about? If you've ever been there, you know, you go down the stairs, and it's like, I felt like I was in a grotty car park. I've been in like piss-filled car park stairwells, and it reminded me of that. Okay, it didn't smell and it was painted red, but other than that, I was thinking, you know, this is grotty. And it's like, then you got like fire door after fire door, and it's like, what is going on? It's just a functionable way of getting you out the door so that the next lot can come in. It's a conveyor belt system. And a lot of cinemas went through this phase a few years ago. They built them literally, they forgot the magic, they forgot the experience. It was literally bums on the seat, watch film, get out, new lot in, as I said. And that's what that cinema felt like to me. It wasn't a joyous experience. And the fact that it took me over an hour to get there because I wanted to use the Super Monday code. And I was thinking, I should have just gone somewhere else. I mean, there's another cinema which is only like 40-minute drive away, but that's, I think that's an Odeon, I'm not sure, it's in a different town. I have to check that one out. So that's full price. I'd have to pay the full price on that one. I can't use my Super Monday code. I have to see if they've got any other offers going on there that I can take advantage of. And maybe that one will be better. I don't know. I have to reserve judgment till I go there. I'm sure it'll be lovely, or it might be a dump. I don't know. I can't say. But it is the experience. And when you go to a place and you're not getting that experience, I want to go in, I want to hear the music, the film scores playing in the background. I want to see the bright colours. I want to see the adverts. I want to see all the screens showing the adverts and stuff and revolving around. I mean, like, I used to walk through the cinemas back where I used to live thinking, no, this is really futuristic. You know, in the old days they'd have posters up, and now it's like all the flat screens. You know, they got them turned around so they're lengthways, like poster way. And the whole thing was just an immersive experience. And where I went yesterday, I didn't get any of that. Right, for example, I watched two films yesterday. I watched the Lego movie and I watched Alita. They're going to be on my channel soon. I'm aiming to do a film review every day in March. So I'm going to put them on my March film reviews. But after watching the Lego movie, I went into town because I had like an hour until Alita started. So I went into town, and on the way back, I was walking towards the cinema, and I was thinking, is it closed? Because I was looking through the window. If you know it, you go down a slight gradient as you walk towards it. And I was like, is it closed? It's like, the windows look really dark. What's going on? I actually honestly thought it's shut. And then it wasn't until I got a bit nearer that I realised it was still open. I was like, oh, it is open. You know, it just looked really dark. I don't want that. I don't want to be walking to a cinema and think, oh, is it shut? I want to walk to it. I want to see the bright lights. I want to see the adverts. I want it to invite me in. I want it to be saying, yes, we are here. Come in. This is an experience. And it just wasn't doing that for me. So, yeah, but if you've never experienced one of these mega multi-doodah plexes, super modern with all the bangs and whistles and everything, then you're not going to know what I'm talking about, unfortunately. But if you've gone to one of these places and then you go back and you're like, whoa, you know, it's lacking this, the experience is lacking, there's everything is just lacking. I'm not saying I want a sensory overload. No one wants an overload by the very definition of it being an overload. But I want all my senses to be stimulated right away. I want to see things. I want to hear things. I want to smell things. I want to taste things. I want to feel things. Everything about it. And obviously they know how to do that because they do it in their newer places. I don't want to literally just go in and you're just queuing up, buy the ticket, go find your seat, and it was uncomfortable. The seats weren't comfortable. People have written on Google reviews saying they thought the seats were comfortable. They weren't comfortable. They were adequate. They were functionable. That's what I'd say about that place. It was functionable. It did a job, basically. It did a job of letting you watch the film. But the rest of the experience was lacking horribly. It just really was. So yeah. Anyway, so yeah, that's my opinions on that. You know, I like the cinema experience. I mean, where I live now, there is no cinema. They have basically some chairs in a school hall. It's quite a depressing sight. I've seen photos of it. I thought, I'd rather stay at home because the films they show there are stuff that I could watch at home anyway. I'm on the BFI website. I can get any film I want from that. And I was thinking I'd rather just watch a film in the comfort of my own home rather than going to there because of the experience. So, yeah. Right, I'm going to go now. I've got lots of other films, reviews on here, other stuff. I know I haven't done like a proper vlog adventure day out somewhere recently. I will be getting back to them soon. And as I said, I'm going to try and do a film review every day in March, calling it Movie March. I don't know how I'm going to get on with that. We'll see. So I said the first two films, I'm going to have Lego Movie on the first day. By then you would have seen like 100 reviews for that by then anyway, so it's a bit pointless. And then Alita. Then the third, I'm going to have a film called Revenge. And then after that, no idea, haven't got a clue. So yeah, I'll see you soon. Bye!